The reason why the different narcissistic abuse recovery coaches tell you to go no contact if you're dealing with a pathologically narcissistic personality type is because you cannot have a healthy, blossoming, blooming relationship with pathologically narcissistic personality types. And this is because you're dealing with someone that is rooted in their shame and they're unable to move past their pride. So know that you are dealing with someone that has arrested development. That is essentially what a personality disorder is. It's psychological arrested development. And you can think about arrested development somewhat like unripened fruits. And where do you get unripened fruits from? You get unripened fruits from plants that did not get enough nourishment. They did not get enough nutrients in the soil, the vitamins and minerals that the plants needed, potassium, calcium, etc. Maybe that plant didn't get enough water, enough sunlight, in whatever capacity that that plant needed, because plants are different. And because of that deficit, those plants created fruit, but the fruits were unripened, not really fit for consumption. And this is why we don't like unripened fruits. And oftentimes on the channel, you'll hear me refer to unripened fruits. They're very similar to those horrible grainy apples that you find in the supermarket. Tastes like cardboard. Not fit for human consumption because it is missing elements. Similarly, dealing with someone that is pathologically narcissistic, understand that they are missing elements. So it is important that you understand who you are. It is important that you understand what your psyche is. And your psyche, or your soul, or your personality is comprised of your mind, your will, and your emotions. Mind, will, and emotions together. Now, if you are dealing with someone that is pathologically narcissistic and they have a personality disorder, then their entire personality is messed up. Mind power, willpower, and emotions. So number one, know that you are dealing with someone that is mentally ill. They're unstable by default. That is a personality disorder. It's pathological. Patterned dysfunctional behavior. Similarly, at the emotional level, they are arrested. They have arrested development. They are rooted in their shame and unable to move past their pride. That is the level of consciousness, of emotional maturity that they are stuck at because they have arrested development. So know that pathological shame here means that their self-esteem is low, meaning little to non-existent. And if someone's self-esteem is low, then they must get esteem from the outside world. So this disorder is a type of ego dysfunction because they're stuck in their lower ego development. They're based in shame, unable to let go of their pride. And in order to get to a better feeling state, we must let go of a lower level emotion to get to a higher level. However, pathological narcissists are incapable of letting go of their dysfunctional pride. They cannot let go of their grandiosity, their egomania. Hence, pride comes right before the fall with the pathological narcissist, and they're going to fall right back down to shame to go through another shame pride cycle. That's the disorder. It's a pathological cycle, a shame, pride cycle. They have low self-esteem and they run from their shame and they get to pride. Pride comes right before the fall, they fall right back down to shame. So, narcissists run from their shame, they get to pride. Pride comes right before the fall, they fall right back down to shame. And again, and again, and again, because they are unconscious. They are unconscious souls, not self-reflecting because they don't have a self. They abandoned themselves in childhood because you are dealing with someone that has a dissociative disorder. So understand that the captain checked out and they did not check back in. The driver is in the back seat with a pathological narcissist, which means that any ship that you get on with a pathological narcissist, be it a situationship, an intimate relationship, a sibling relationship, it could even be a business relationship, people, that ship has to go down because the captain abandoned ship. The insane go around in circles. Einstein said it best. If you see someone doing the same thing over and over and over again, that is insanity. You are dealing with a functional lunatic. That is what you are dealing with, an unconscious soul, an unripened soul. Lost their souls, lost their minds, cannot control their emotions, cannot control their will, abandoned their spirit, abandoned their light. Hence darkness stepped in. So people understand that you cannot grow with pathologically narcissistic personality types because they are done growing. They have psycho-spiritual arrested development. Pathological narcissists believe that they are perfect. Perfect people do not need to change. This is why pride comes right before the fall and they're going to fall right back down to shame, to go through another pathological cycle. That's the disorder. They are unconscious souls, abandoned source for ego. An ego is a false self. An ego cannot self-reflect. If someone cannot self-reflect, they cannot grow. This is why narcissists regress. This is why they devolve. They don't evolve. And this is why oftentimes on the channel you hear me state that pathological narcissists age like milk. They don't age like wine. They don't get better with time. They regress because the ego cannot self-reflect. It's a false self. So what the ego does is it projects what is inside of the narcissist. And what's inside of the narcissist? A whole bunch of darkness, chaos, drama, shame, pathological shame, envy, anger, rage, and pride. Dysfunctional pride, that's going to come right before the fall because Narcissus drowned. Narcissus people was obsessed with the false self, not the true self. He was obsessed with the reflection in the pond, and that is why he drowned. Because the ego would be the death of a man. That's the disorder. And that's the quick message for today's video, kind folks. Ensure that you are liking these videos. Ensure that you are subscribed for more empowering content, for life coaching services, courses, and more resources. Go ahead and check out the NarcDojo.com website. That is NarcDojo.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next episode.